Have you ever wondered how a small nation stood up against a global superpower during the Indo Pak War in 1965? Picture this, it's the Cold War era, a time of global tension and power plays. Central to our story are two nations, India and Pakistan, locked in a bitter dispute that's about to explode into conflict. The United States, a global superpower, observes from the sidelines, its interests closely tied to the unfolding drama. Enter our key players. On one side, we have Lal Bahadur Shastri, the diminutive yet unyielding Prime Minister of India, a beacon of resilience in the face of adversity. On the other, President Lyndon B of the United States, a leader caught in the crossfires of geopolitical strategy and moral duty. These two leaders, as different as they come, are about to be thrust into a confrontation that would shape the course of history. Against this backdrop of rising tension, a war broke out that would test the mettle of leaders on both sides. On a fateful day in August 1965, the simmering tension between India and Pakistan escalated into a full-blown war. The spark that ignited this conflict was the territorial dispute over the region of Kashmir. As the initial skirmishes unfolded, it was clear that this was not just a border dispute, but a struggle for national honor and sovereignty. India, under Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri's leadership, responded with strategic prowess and unwavering resolve. Shastri, a man of small stature but immense courage, rallied the nation with his clarion call of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, hail the soldier, hail the farmer. As the war progressed, the Indian forces held their ground, repelling Pakistani advances and launching counterattacks. Major battles were fought at Chawinda, Philora, and Asal Uttar, with India gaining the upper hand. Throughout this tumultuous period, Shastri's leadership remained steadfast. He personified the spirit of resilience, inspiring the nation to stand firm against the adversary. Despite the odds, India, under Shastri's leadership, confronted the enemy with unwavering resolve. But the battlefield was not the only place where battles were being fought. The diplomatic arena was equally intense. Enter Lal Bahadur Shastri, India's second Prime Minister, in a face-off with President Lyndon B of the United States. The Indo Pak War of 1965 had escalated and the world was watching. Johnson, leading the most powerful nation of the time, was exerting pressure on Shastri to halt the conflict, to fall in line with what the superpower desired. But Shastri was not one to be easily swayed. He held his ground, refusing to bow down to external pressure. He was not a man of tall stature, but his courage towered over many. He knew the stakes were high, but he also knew the value of his nation's sovereignty. In this diplomatic chessboard, Shastri played like a grandmaster. He was tactful yet firm, understanding the art of negotiation while never compromising India's position. He understood that this was not just about an immediate conflict, but also about setting a precedent for future interactions on the global stage. His exchanges with Johnson were not about power play, but about standing up for his nation. His fearless stance demonstrated to the world that India was not a country to be trifled with, that the size of a nation does not determine its strength. It was a lesson in diplomacy, courage, and conviction. Shastri's fearless diplomacy showcased India's resolve to the world, proving that a nation's size does not determine its strength. The Indo Pak War of 1965 left an indelible mark on the world stage. A clash of nations, ideologies, and leadership styles, it was a war that rocked the global community and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of South Asia. This confrontation saw India emerge victorious, a testament to the strategic prowess and indomitable spirit of the nation under the leadership of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Despite the pressure and the odds stacked against him, Shastri held firm, his unwavering resolve becoming a beacon of hope for his people. Shastri's leadership during this time of turmoil was not just a victory for India, but a victory for diplomacy, strategy, and the power of unity. His ability to navigate the complexities of war while also dealing with the international politics of the time, particularly with US President Johnson, was nothing short of exemplary. The war had a profound impact on Indo-US relations, shaping their dynamics for years to come. It was a turning point that showcased India's resolve and strategic acumen on the global stage. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the war is the spirit of courage and determination that it instilled in the people of India. Shastri's leadership became a symbol of this spirit, inspiring generations to stand up for their country and their beliefs. The story of the Indo Pak War in 1965 is a testament to the power of leadership, resolve, and the courage to stand up for one's country, no matter the odds.